YouTube, man. We big on educating. We big on knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is the key. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna educate myself, man. I've seen, as y'all can see on my Twitter right now, Real ID is one of the things that is trending in the United States, and I want to understand what this means for me, what this means for us. You feel me? As in people that are living in America. So look, y'all sit back, educate yourselves. Let's see what we got, man. Is May 7th is the deadline, which happens to be today. So let's see.
This morning at DMVs across the country, the Real ID rush is on, with lines stretching on for blocks.
It's very intimidating, let me tell you.
The line is intimidating.
Very intimidating, yes.
Ahead of tomorrow's long-awaited May 7th deadline, we found people waiting outside this Chicago location for up to 4 hours.
Holy shit.
When you walked up here and you saw this line, what did you think?
Oh, took my breath away. Not in a good way.
You tried to buy a spot in line.
Yeah, I have $40 in my wallet. I was like, hey, anyone wanna give me their spot in line?
Beginning tomorrow, TSA will start requiring those boarding domestic flights to show Real ID compliant driver's licenses. Passengers can bring some other forms of ID, including a valid passport. TSA says those who don't have acceptable forms of ID should allow extra time for screening.
We don't want anybody to get delayed and not be able to travel.
So you can't travel without a Real ID. So what did you need before this? So let's look that up right quick. Yeah, before Real ID, what did you need to bring? I thought you needed, before a Real ID, travelers generally needed a state-issued driver's license or ID along with proof of residency to travel domestically or access federal facilities. For non-Real ID compliant driver's license, other acceptable forms of identification like a passport or U.S. military ID. So didn't you already need it? Like, I'm confused. What's the difference between? They'll probably explain that to me. What's the difference? Like, you already needed it. Like, I mean, before you get on a plane, like to go through TSA, you already needed your license or a passport. So, what is the difference between now and? That's why I'm watching this video.
They get to an airport.
The shift rooted in calls for more safety in air travel, with Congress passing the Real ID Act in 2005 after the 9/11 Commission recommended stronger federal standards for state-issued IDs. Following decades of delays, the wait is finally over, and lots of Americans are scrambling.
I've been trying for on and on for a week, and I either miss it or they flat out tell me it's booked.
The summer travel season already off to a chaotic start, with air traffic controller shortages nationwide under a renewed microscope. United Airlines warning passengers to avoid hard-hit Newark Airport, canceling close to 3 dozen daily flights through the crowded hub. Now, America's airports are counting down to another major shift, with the Real ID ripple effect already unmissable. So amid all of this, we should point out, we're also seeing a lot of state and local officials doing a lot to address, they say, false online rumors about Real ID, specifically that you're generally legally required to get it by tomorrow or that you won't be able to get it after tomorrow. They stress neither of those things are true. You will absolutely be able to get it after tomorrow. And for most Americans, you really only need it for when you're planning to fly within the U.S. Guys.
All right, Maggie Vesper there at Chicago O'Hare. Maggie, thank you.
Well, let's drill down on more of those facts. We've got Steve Lorenz, Deputy Executive Assistant Administrator for Security Operations
All right,
at
somebody
the
break
TSA.
this down to me, bro. I'm still
good
confused.
Morning to
bro.
you. First of all, set the scene for us. How ready do you think this country is for Real ID? How many people have got their IDs up to date?
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for having me this morning. I will tell you, currently, we have about 81% of the population that is traveling has Real ID compliant driver's license or a passport or other acceptable forms of ID. So we are well prepared for tomorrow for the launch of Real ID implementation. There's been a lot of work that has been taking place over their last.
Yeah, let's look. What is a real like? What is the difference between that? So A real ID is a security enhanced driver's license or ID card issued by states that meet federal security standards. So hold on, let me look at my license right quick. Hold on. So so if you got a star, real ID compliant cards are marked with a star in the upper right corner. So yeah, I got a star on mine. Let me look at my old IDs right quick. Let me see something. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of confused, bro. So like, not every license that you get is real ID. Like, hold on, let me see. Cause I got my old license. Kind of nice that I keep these. Just kind of to look at like what I looked like back then. But okay, I'm looking at my license when my what is this? My permit. I had the star on the permit then. So I guess like, but it said after 05. So I guess it's really for like older people, right? I'm assuming, I think that's what it really is. It's probably just like the older people that were born post 2005, or no, born pre 2005. No, I mean, I was born, but I didn't get my license till post 2005 yet. So anybody that got their license, because that's when the Real ID Act was passed, right, in 05. So okay, then so I'm right on that, right? That means, yeah. But it says beginning May 2025, May 7th, 2025, non-Real ID compliant licenses will no longer be accepted as valid proof. So, well, I can't say how many. I don't know. I guess. Okay.
Last couple months, but also the last couple years to make sure that we're ready. So TSA is ready to go. There's been a lot of collaboration and coordination on our part to make sure that the agency, our employees are ready to handle the passenger volumes coming our way.
So, Steve, again, just to be clear, we actually want to show folks at home right now some of the other forms of ID that you can carry with you if you do not have a real ID, including, of course, your passport. I was surprised to find out there are actually 15 different kinds of IDs that people can have with them if they don't get one of those real IDs in time. If you don't have one, Steve, remind people what they can expect if they get to when they get to the airport for their flight.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we would recommend is just give yourself plenty of time, not only for parking, but checking in with the airlines, and give yourself the opportunity to make sure that you go through the screening process. It's going to be important to mention, it's going to be a full court press at all the airports across the country. So we're going to have staff that's going to be positioned in front of our security checkpoints. If you have questions, if there's any questions about acceptable forms of ID, we recommend that you go to tsa.gov. It has the list of acceptable forms of ID that we have. But we're ready to go for tomorrow, and we're going to make sure that the customers have a seamless experience going through the security checkpoint process.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephen. If you don't have your real ID, as mentioned, show up a little early. You can probably still get on your flight if you show that you your real identity there.
Give yourself some more time.
Yeah. Thank you.
And by the way, I would just also recommend, thank you, Steve. Check your ID. I was going to have to go out and get one. I checked my driver's license last week. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I actually have one.
You're compliant. You're compliant.
Yeah. What did you have? Star or flag?
I got a star.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got a star.
What'd you got? Star?
I haven't looked yet.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It'll be a
Mr.
surprise.
Roker got his probably 5 years ago.
No, but a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And everybody, I was kind of surprised at 81%. That's great.
I know, exactly.
That's pretty good. So people are listening. We like that. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show.
So, I mean, yeah, if it was passed in 05, basically, if you got a license passed, then you should have it, bro. I mean, it's probably only really affects older people. In my head, that's what I'm thinking, though. I mean, that's just my head breakdown, but I don't know. We gonna see. But, yeah, man, y'all leave down below y'all comments. Go ahead, get y'all real IDs, man. The world's getting crazy. And, yeah, man, I'm here to educate. And, I mean, I'm here to entertain, but I'm also here to educate myself and educate y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in, man. Y'all tap in.